Okay, this is my religions admin page where I am showing all the records to the admin. Where I am showing all the records to the admin, I have the pending, approved, blocked, and all state. If I click the pending one and I click the link, in the link I will say religions.php and question mark status equal to 0. Tamil, are you there?
Yes, Manish. Yep.
Have you done all previous things?
No, not yet. I still have the last two classes pending. I was
Okay,
able to complete up the Twitter account authentication, but
okay.
I still have some more. Yeah.
Johnny, what about you? Johnny, have you completed all past videos? Okay, so he will come maybe. So I have the pending one. I click the pending one. I say religions.php with status equal to 0. I will pass status equal to 0. Question mark status equal to 0. So this will go into the URL and I will be able to access it and I can show all the religions with the status equal to 0. Status equal to 0 means these are the religions pending in the pending state. Then I will choose the approved one. I will also call religions.php and I will pass status equal to 1. Approved means all status equal to 1. And I'll press enter. I will check the blocked one and here again I will choose the religions.php and I will say status equal to -1. All blocked one will be getting -1 status. And in the all case, again I will go in the folder and I will say religions and here I will say status equal to, just remember what I am passing here. This all is little tricky. I will say status equal to percentage sign. Percentage sign in the MySQL means everything, anything means anything. So I can choose all the records. I can show all the records when I say status equal to percentage sign. So this is something we pass the URL and now let's test something. I will preview in the Chrome and I can see right now I am able to see all the records. I will click the pending. In the URL status is going 0. If I click approved, status is going 1. If I click block, status going is -1. If I click all, status is going percentage sign. Now tell me, let's go to the database and make some as a block, some as a approved, some as a pending status. So let's go to the religions table and let's make it one. First one is okay. Second one, let's make 0. Third one, let's make it -1. That is a blocked. Fourth one, I will make it 1. So 2 are approved, 1 is pending, 1 is blocked. Let's save this. Now if I go and if I refresh, I can see first one is approved, second one is pending, third one is blocked, fourth one is approved. Now you tell me I click pending, then also I'm able to see all. Why I am not able to see only this second record? If I click approved, I am able to see all. If I click blocked, I am able to see all. I should see only the blocked one. Why I am not able to see that? Can anyone tell me? Think about this. Why I am able to see only the all, not the status which I am passing here. Who can tell me? No one? No one is capable? Are you listening? What I am asking? Who are you able to hear me? What I am saying? Hello?
Yes,
Hello.
Manish. I can.
Yeah. So you don't have answer or
I don't
you
have
are
any
not
answer. Yeah.
okay. So answer is like this. We only created the URL. We did not change the record set because since we only put the URL in the this text. So only the URL is changed in the browser. I'm able to see the URL change, but we need to take the status and pass it in the record set, because record set is the place where we are getting from the data from the database table. So we should be able to we should change the data which is coming from the table, and what is the functionality which is getting the data. This is the place which we are getting the data. So I will double click the record set, and here in the filter I have to pass something so that it should take the status from the URL and do the appropriate steps. So how to change that? So in the filter part, I will say religion status is equal to. Now which one I will choose? URL parameter, form variable, cookie, session, server, entered variable. Which one do you think is the right? Which one is the right approach? I should take URL parameter or form variable, cookie, session, server, or entered value. First, give me the answer. Which one is the right one?
URL parameter, right?
URL parameter. The reason is that I am getting in the URL. This is the URL. Since I am getting URL, I will use URL parameter. And what variable is coming in the URL parameter? What variable is coming in the URL parameter?
The religion status. Right?
Religion status is in the database, but what is coming in the URL parameter?
Status.
In the URL parameter, it is coming status. So I cannot say religion status. Religion status is in the database, but it has values to be same with this variable, and the variable is status. So here I will say status. I will not say religion status here, because in the URL we are not passing religion status. In the URL we are passing status. So we have to choose religion status, which is in the database we have religion status, equal to URL parameter status. Now I will give you one trick. Instead of equal sign, I will use contains. If I use contains, you will see some benefit of using this contains. Contains is not useful in all the cases, but here it is useful, and I will explain you in couple of minutes. So instead of equal sign, just use the contains, and we'll say test. So for the test value, we'll take one of the value. Let's say if I pass -1, so I will see one record. So instead of equal sign, I will use contain, and what is the use of contain, I will tell you in couple of minutes. So I'll just click OK. Now what do you think? If I refresh this page, whether I will be able to see all the records or only this record? Since previously we were not able to see all the this record, then I did change in the record set. And once I did change in the record set, if I refresh this page, what will happen? Whether it will show only this record or it will show all the records? Whether it will show this particular record, number 3, or it will show all the records? Quick, quick, quick. Anyone? No one?
I'm going to take a guess and say only the one record.
Yes. So you have to guess it. Just guess it. So if I refresh it now, it's showing only the one record, that is -1. If I click pending, it is showing the 0, 1. If I click approved, it's showing, okay, it's showing now this one also, it was showing this one also. So this is the problem. And why it is doing this? The reason is I use the contain word. So for now, if I remove the contain, if I say equal, then if I refresh this page, then it's showing the approved one. So what I will do, I will, instead of contain, I will say begins with status. And now I will see, if I refresh, I'm getting all the approved one. In the blocked, I'm getting blocked one. In the pending, I'm getting pending one. In the all case, I'm getting all case. Now how I'm getting all? Since I'm passing percentage here, so in the database, percentage means everything. Okay. So when I say begin with percentage sign. Percentage sign means begin with anything. So when it says anything, it shows all the records. Contain was not working. The reason was, if I use contain, that means if I pass one status, -1 was also coming, because in the -1, 1 is present. So contain was failing. And if I say begin with, and begin of this part is 1 and begin of this part is minus sign, and that is the reason begin with works fine and contain is not working. It is little high level because it's a database thing. Once we master the database, you will understand it better. For now, just say religion status begins with URL parameter start status. That's it. You have to just remember this and do it as I say. Once we master the database part, you will understand really why begin with is really working and contain is not working. But since we don't want to go into hassle now, let's try to understand how the things are working. Later on, we will see the details, how the database is working, why it is showing with the contain, why it is not showing with the contain, something like that. We will see later on. Okay, now let's run this again. So I click pending one, I can see only the pending one. If I see approved one, it's only approved. If blocked one, it's showing blocked one. If I click all, it's showing all. Now, when I open, it's showing the blocked one. So I want default to be pending, not the blocked one. Right now, default is -1. So let's change this from -1 to 0, 1, because I want when the page loads, pending should appear, not the blocked one. So I will again open the record set. In the record set, I will go to the advanced panel. This is a simple one. Now to manipulate it more, I need to go to advanced panel. Since I'll go to advanced panel, in the advanced panel, see default value is saying -1. Let's change this to 0. Now if I refresh, all pending one will come as a starting one. And whenever I click approved, it will show approved. If I click blocked, it will show blocked. If I say all, it will show all. So in the beginning, it will show all the pending one. Is this clear, this part?
Yes.
Okay. Now I should be able to, since I am the admin, first thing is I need to put authority. Only admin should be able to access this page. Now I did not put any checksum. Anyone can come now on this page and can view this page. So I need to put some restriction on this page so that only admin can see this page. So how to put the restriction? I will go to the plus in the server behavior. I will click the plus sign. I will click the user authentication and I will say restrict access to page. When I click restrict access to page, I can see two columns. One is username and password. One is username, password and access level. And here, since this is the admin, I don't want the first option to be selected, because first option is only for the logged in user. But here I want access level also. If a user has access level of admin, then only he can access this page. So I will select this one, second one, and here I will define some access levels. So the first access level I will say is admin. Second access level is member, but I will not give the permission to the member to access this page, but I have to create these two. These are the all access level existed in my database. So now I will only select the admin part. If I want to give access to both, I can click the control and I can select both. But right now I don't want member to be access this page. I want only admin can access this page. And if any member is coming, I should send him to some different page. Let's say I will send him to, I will create one page. So let's cancel it. Let's create one page. In the users, I will create one file called as restrict.php. In the restrict.php, I will say restricted area. Since you are not an admin, so you cannot access this page. So when some user who is logged in or who is not logged in try to access my admin pages, I will send him to this restrict page so that he can see the restricted area. He should not be able to access it. So right now I will go here in the religions in the admin folder. I will click plus sign. I will click user authentication. I will say restrict access to the page, and I will click the second part and choose the admin because I want only admin to access this page. And if access denied, go to which page? I will send to the users page, users folder, and restrict file. It is called users/restrict.php, and I will click OK, and I will save it. Now, if I refresh this page, whether I will be able to see this page or no? I put
You are the admin, right? So you should be able to see it.
Let's see if I am admin or not. If I go to the users, both are member. I haven't changed anyone to admin. Both are member. So I will be able to access this page or no?
No.
If I refresh the page, what will happen?
No record show?
I will go to the restrict.php page, which I just now created. Let's refresh the page. See, I am redirected to this page, restrict area. Since you are not admin, you cannot access this page. Now I will log in as an admin. So I will change this to, admin. I will change first user as an admin. I will change it to admin. Okay, so first user is admin, second user is member. Now let me log in as a first user. So let's go to the login.php. And I will log in as first user. And I click login. Okay, so because I have already settings, so it's not going proper place. Let's change it to admin page. Now since I am admin, I am able to access this page. See, I am able to access this page. Is that clear?
Okay.
Yeah.
So generally, rather than restrict page, I can also send user to login page. Maybe I don't create restrict page anytime. I'll just send the user to login page. Let's change this to login page. So instead of restrict page, I will change it to login page. So now see what happens. So I send it to the login page. Let me log out first now. I'm login. Now let me log in with the member. This is another user. I'm member. I will click OK. Okay, because this is my another project. That's the reason it's going there. Okay, admin and religion. So once I click admin my religion, since I am member, I'm not the admin, it is redirecting me to login page because I changed the login page. Now if I log in as a admin, I'm able to go directly to the religion page. Okay. Now why I am able to directly go to religion page? Previously I was not able to go because of some because I redirected to the restrict page, but now I since redirected to the login page, I'm able to directly go to religion page. Okay, so why I'm able to go to religion page? Because if I go to login page and if I see this login behavior, it's saying go to previous URL. Go to previous URL means whatever user is trying to go to URL, he will be able to go to same URL. So if I log out, again I'm just repeating the step. If I log out, okay, and if I log in as abc1.mkgalaxy.com, I'm not able to log in actually. The reason is I tried to go to the admin page, and admin page is redirecting me to the login page. And if I put my username, and this is admin, and admin can go to this page. So the problem will be here that the user, if he by mistake go to the admin page, he will not be able to log in anytime. So we should not redirect user to login page. We should redirect user to restrict page, because otherwise if a normal user tries to do the same thing, he is going again and again to the login page and he will be in the loop. So let us send the user to login page, this restrict page, if he is not the admin. Okay, I think I'm in the wrong page. So let's send it to restrict.php page. Change it to restrict.php page. The reason is otherwise user will not be able to log in. He will continuously go on trying and he won't be able to log in. Let's log out now and try again. I click login and I'm able to go to restrict page because the reason is I was not really admin and I am trying to access the admin page. And if I want to really go to admin page, I will give navigation to the users and users can go through navigation. Okay, since I'm not logged in, I'm not the admin, I'm not able to really go to that page. So let's go to logout. I'm typing in the URL because I don't have navigation. Once I will put the navigation, I will be able to go there. What's happening? This why it's coming? Since I don't have navigation, so you will not be able to see really. I have to type it in the URL to make it work. So right now I am just changing to restrict.php, and later on if I have the navigation, I will maybe switch back to login.php. So right now just make it restrict.php. Later on when we put the navigation and all, we will try to again test it with the login.php and see if everything is working fine. Right now let it be like this. So what is your task? You should be able to put admin. You should be able to send the user to restrict.php file. And what is the another task? You have to go to the record set. In the simple view, you have to put the filter, and then you have to say begin with URL parameter status, and then you have to go to advanced tab and change this to 0, and then click OK. And what is the next task? You create this all 4 links, and for the pending you pass the status equal to 0. For approved you pass status equal to 1. For blocked you pass status equal to -1. For all you pass status equal to %sign. So this is the task for today. You can work whenever you get time. Only thing you have to work this one. I will not do much about this project today, but I will tell you one more thing which is very useful for this in the future. Let's talk about what is the JSON file. Does everyone know what is the meaning of JSON file?
No.
So JSON is the format. It is the format like this. I can create an object in the JavaScript, and it has the key and value. What is the JSON? JSON has a key and value. If I want to see this JSON file in the URL, I can say I saved as a 1, so I will say 1.json. So you will see key value. I can pass number of key value pairs. Maybe I can say name, many. I can say age. Remember, it is encoded in double quotes. Let's say I can say 43. And then if I refresh this, you will see key, name, and many. Now, do you see how nicely it is looking? But if you do in your browser, it will not look like this. It will be very dirty. So to make it nice, you have to install one Chrome extension. That extension is called JSON View Chrome extension. So in the JSON View Chrome extension, I will give you the URL in the chat. So once you add this into your Chrome, all the JSON file will look like nicely this way. Otherwise, all is in one straight line. You won't be able to understand what is present in this JSON file. I can also create as array. For example, I can say hobbies. And in the hobbies, I will create an array. Array in JavaScript is created like this rectangular bracket. And I can say my hobbies are, for example, movies, dining out, I can say chess, I can say table tennis. These are the hobbies. Since this is array, it does not have the key. It is automatically having 0 key, 1 key, 2 key, 3 key. It starts with the 0, 1, 2, 3. And it has only values. You can only put the values since it is an array. So if I refresh it, you will see hobbies is there and it is an array and it has the value, following values. I can pass the string as you see here. I can pass as an integer as you can see here. I can pass an array, you can see here. I can pass an object like I can say address. So in the address I create an object. Object always is created in the curly bracket, and I can say object like city San Francisco, state California, country USA. I created another one. I'll refresh it. So I can see the address also, and I can see different parameters inside it. So either I can create a string, I can create integer, I can create an object, I can create array, or I can create object. So we can create different kinds of data in the JSON file, and that this data is very useful. We can use this data whenever we want it. So have you understood the meaning of JSON file? Have you understood the meaning of JSON file, or I should explain it clearly in different way?
I think I need to try it.
Okay. Kate, are you there, Kate? I think her mic is not working. Okay. So I just want to explain what is the JSON file. Okay, she's here. She's not able to speak. Okay. Where is your voice? Lost? Okay. So let's create another file. So maybe it will be clear for you. I will create 2.json. I will start with object, and object is curly bracket. And let's say this data is for this is my dating website. So I have the records. So I can say, maybe I can say user. Since it is a dating website, I have users, and here I will create an array. Inside array, I will create different object for the first user, second object for the second user, third object for the third user. So for example, in the first object, I will say name is, let's say, many, age, it says 43. So I created first user as a many. So this is the object, first user. And I can also say, let's say ID will be 1. Since age the key should be always with the double quotes. I will create another second user. It's a dating website, but not the real one. So I'm putting my name. Don't worry. I will put everyone's name, all students' name. So I will put name as, for example, Kate. Age, I will put, let's say, 20. ID, I will put as 2. So this is my second user. Let's put another third user. Name as a Tamil. Age, maybe as a 25. I don't know real age. So I'm just putting guessing. It's a 3. So what I did, this is my dating website. I created one key called as users, and I put array. And array has different object for each user. And then I will refresh it in the browser. I will say 2.json. So you will see users, and this is the first user, this is the second user, this is the third user. So this is called a JSON file. Now I want to ask you, what is the use of this JSON file? Why we need this JSON file? And do we need every time this JSON file or no? And if we need it, then in which case it is useful? So maybe you don't know all the answers. So let's ask first question. What is the use of JSON file? Can anybody explain to me?
So we can use this data format for the payload for sending or getting requests
Right,
for APIs.
right. So whenever we build the API, right now we are building this in the PHP directly. So we are not really building the API. We are integrating PHP directly in the web page. So we are not really doing the API kind of stuff. We are not using the JSON format. But let's say tomorrow you made your complete website in PHP. But tomorrow if you want to make it in the React, front end is a React and back end is a PHP. So what you have to do? You have to build your whole website which is in PHP, you have to build this whole website in API. You have to convert the website in API, and this API outputs all the data in JSON format. And this JSON format you can use in your React project or jQuery or AngularJS. Right now, if you build something in the React or Angular or jQuery, you won't able to use this data. This is in PHP, but you won't be able to use this data. Why you won't be able to use this data? Because this is the format, HTML format, and it is created by the PHP. But React does not understand this thing. React does not understand this format. React need everything in this JSON format. So whatever we are building in this PHP, we can do it in the PHP and we can also output it in the JSON format like this. And this format will be used by the React or Angular or jQuery or anything, or mobile, or anywhere you can use that. So when we are building any project, let's say I'm building a project called as My Religion. I will also create a folder called as API folder. So here in the religion folder, I will also create a folder. This folder is called API. So all the API related stuff will go inside this folder. So tomorrow, if I want to change my whole website from PHP to React, I won't be using all these files, but I will be converting all these files into the API format. That is, output will be always the JSON like this. And I will put all those files inside the API. So if I created my religion PHP, there will be another file inside the API which will be my religions.php. So whatever I did in the my religion, it is outputted in the HTML format. But when I do it in the API, everything will be in which format? Everything will be in which format? Though the code will be in the PHP, but the output will be in which format?
JSON.
JSON format. And JSON format is like this. But tomorrow, if I think that I'm not going to work in the React, I will be only working in PHP, then I don't need this API folder. I need this API folder if I feel that whole of my website will go as API and I want to use it in the React or Angular project, then I will create all the files inside the API folder. Is that clear? So I will create another folder inside API called as admin, and this admin will be all admin related stuff will go here. This file will also go inside admin. So whatever structure you are seeing outside the API, I will copy all the files and I will put it inside this API folder, and I will change the code so that output is not this HTML, output is in JSON format like this. So if I want to use the React, I will use inside the API folder. If I want to use the PHP, I will use this one. I can use either of the things. It's up to me. If I'm okay with my PHP website, I will not even worry about this API folder. I will delete it. But if I want to use my website in the React also, then I will create an API and I will convert all the files to the JSON format. Though the code will be PHP, but the output, what user will see JSON format. So is it clear what is the JSON format? JSON format is like this, key value pair. JSON is key value pair, and it is used generally when we work with the Ajax request or React or maybe Angular or jQuery. We cannot really use this HTML. This HTML is not right for the React purpose. For the React purpose, HTML will be created in the React, UI will be created in the React, only the backend will be in the PHP, and PHP will output like this. Got it? Is it clear whatever I explained you now?
Yes.
Okay, so you may not know now how to create the JSON from the PHP, but you should have the idea that ultimately we should also know how to build like this. How to in the PHP what we should write so the output should be like this. So that thing I will explain you in few days when you will reach to that maturity. Right now, I want to create the whole website in PHP, and then I will change the whole website into API. I will completely create all the pages in the API format. I will not do this for all the projects, but I will do for a couple of projects to show you how to create a same PHP file in the API format. So that is the task which we will do for some of the projects. All the projects will be created in the PHP, but some projects which I want to show you as an API, I will create it in the API also. Or some projects, if we create something React for some project, we will build the API for those projects. So that is the task for future kind of thing. But right now, my only task is to finish the whole website in PHP. Later on, I will convert the whole website into API to show you how to create the API from the normal PHP project. So that's it for today. Any questions? Ask me.